And good afternoon. Welcome to Today to Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salt along with our odds maker Keith Fustel on a beautiful fall Sunday afternoon here at Laurel Park. We're due for some nice weather like this. We'll have a nice 9-race card, nice carryover in a pick six, bunch of football games. So we'll get to all what we have in store for you today. But real quick, let's recap the two big stake races yesterday. How about the West Virginia bred, the Charlestown filly late night powwow came into town for trainer Javier Contreras, who used to be stabled here. He worked the filly over the track a few days before the race, and that could have been a key move. And late night powwow, the West Virginia bred by Fiber Sandy gets her 7th win in a row yesterday in the Willow on the Move.
And how about that stallion? I think John McKee has that horse. It's
Fiber
got a
Sandy.
lot of winners, great value stallion. And if you're looking for up there for those West Virginia breds, took the show on the road. Didn't really quite know, but that was a great move on his behalf, bringing the filly in for a work over this racetrack.
Yep.
She handled it fine in the morning, brought it out in the afternoon, and kind of rated kindly between horses. She just blew past Miss Locust Point
She sure did.
at the 8th pole to win, drawing away by 5 lengths. So, and a real snappy time, strong figure. You gotta love it. Those kind of Cinderella stories a little bit with horses like that coming in, and a little bit of an unknown, but he proved herself, and you gotta like that for the connection.
See the West Virginia bred. She'll probably go back to Charlestown. She can win another 6 in a row at Charlestown. So we saw a special filly here yesterday. Late night powwow gets her 7th win in a row in the Willow on the Move yesterday. And then Michael Matz, he's been heating up recently this fall. Michael Matz won the Geisha yesterday with Victory Rally. She's won 2 in a row. Good-looking Maryland-bred filly for Richard Golden.
Shot the gap right up the inside, turning for a home, and another broad filly I really like for Trump. But I really thought she'd get it done. Just was denied. Victory Rally was pretty tenacious through the final 3/16 of a mile. Another broad have every chance to go by both of those fillies in top form right now.
All right, so we had a big Saturday here yesterday. A little rain. Glad you came out, and thank you for coming out and celebrating another big Saturday yesterday here at Laurel Park. And we need to give some special recognition to the security team, not just here at Laurel Park, but down at Gulfstream Park on Thanksgiving Day. There was an incident in the parking lot down there at Gulfstream. A horseman down there, they sent one of the trainers down there, had a medical event and passed out, was unconscious in the parking lot, hit another car. His car caught on fire. The security team had to break open the windows and get the guy out. They saved the guy's life, so hats off to the security team down there at Gulfstream Park, doing a great job. And we have not just at Gulfstream, but Stronach Y. I know our security team here, they keep us safe during Preakness in Park Heights, Baltimore, with 140,000 people. So we have a great security team here, and obviously down at the Gulfstream as well.
And a lot of people just don't understand the training and everything that goes in. Oh, we're just a security guard. No, there's some things that they have to go through, and they're tested in certain situations. And boy, they sure rose to the occasion down at Gulfstream.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's get right to it here. Sunday fun day at Laurel Park. We're going to have every football game you want today right here at Laurel Park. The NFL Sunday ticket, every game, every Sunday, now featured in the new sports book here at Laurel Park, 2nd floor of the grandstand. That is an awesome room. You have to get out there, check it out. Check out the big, gigantic, enormous television wall that will have every football game on today. Of course, all the simulcast feeds of Laurel Park and horse racing around the country. Everything you want up there in the sports book. Check it out. Football and horse racing. That's a fun place to hang out up there.
Got it all for you up there on the 2nd floor, no doubt about it.
And you can bet the football games as well. You can bet them in the $3,000 football pick'em contest. Buy a program, you enter up there at the sportsbook or the sports bar. Test your football knowledge here today at Laurel Park. And also we want to get you ready for this now. Next Friday, we have a big monster carryover in the Stronach 5 next Friday. Over 88,000. There's the carryover. It's going to start right here at Laurel Park Friday. It's going to start in race 8. Now, entries for Friday come out later this afternoon. We're going to have 3 legs of next Friday Stronach 5 right here at Laurel Park. Races 8, 9, and 10 will be part of the Stronach 5 next Friday. Entries come out later on this afternoon. We'll have about 5 days to study up for it.
You're going to need it. Not an easy bet.
Sure.
Yeah, 3 races. So we're the creature feature basically of the Stronach 5 next Friday. 10 race card on tap. Wow.
Yep. It'll be 3 races here at Laurel and 2 races at Golden Gate for the Stronach 5 next Friday. So that's next Friday. We have a nice carryover in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 today here at Laurel Park. Starts in race 4. There's the carryover, $4,363 for the Rainbow Pick 6. I have a ticket. That starts in race 4. We'll check that out later. Let's show you a picture of the main track. We had a ton of rain here yesterday, late afternoon and all through the night. Nice job by the track crew. They had the track looking great this morning. They had it open up and harrowed this morning. Horses were training over it, and it looks great today. We'll start out as good right now.
Yeah, start as good, and I think we're going to make it to fast pretty soon, maybe after a race or two, just to get a little bit more sunlight on this, dry it out. There's still some moisture within the racetrack, but what a phenomenal job this crew does each and every day.
All right, let's get right to it here. Race 1's going to start with the Rolling Super High 5. Little carryover, over $500 in the Rolling Super High 5 starting in race 1. That has a low 15% takeout. We have it every race with 7 or more horses, so keep your eye on the Super High 5. Also, race 1, we start the early pick 5. That's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5. Industry low, 12% takeout on both pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Race 1, we're going a flat mile, claiming $12,500 for 3-year-olds and upward. This is a salty group of campaigners here. I go with the 5, 40 acres on top. You like the 5 as well for trainer Hugh McMahon. Katie Davis rides this 4-year-old. Second off, a brief late summertime freshing. The horse won at Presque Isle back in June, then had the rest of the summer off, came back here at Laurel at this level back on October 11th, going a mile, and a decent third that day. Now second race back this fall. Katie Davis and Hugh McMahon, they've been doing awfully well together. 40 acres, a winner here at Laurel Park already. I think he, a 4-year-old son of Arch, has an awfully good shot here in race 1.
No doubt. A 4-time winner, 3 for 8 on a fast track. You're pretty much going to get something similar to that today. Off of a top. 71 by our top number last time out for the dirt, and they were targeting that race. It looked like one of the workouts leading in. You see that mile workout. Strong works leading into that October 11th race. That was a better field. Double whammy, 10 hut. They are tough horses that can float anywhere from that, 75 range up to almost 20,000. Double whammy when he had his prime. He was up in 2 other than, if I'm not mistaken, Stan. So 40 acres in a field. There's a little bit suspect. I go for a little higher price to the outside in Candy Asset. I think this horse really relished the mile distance. Field got away from him 2 races back, but Lynch got along with his horse last time. We're going to go Carrasco. I like that move. That's just fine for me. I think Candy Asset will draft in. Maybe might have a little bit more tactical speed. Pretty close, though, 40 acres, their running style. So one of these 2. Shorter prices, though, to get you started.
Well, Candy Asset won in the mud here at Laurel last out, late October, 2 for 2 on the off track, and we'll have some moisture in the track to start off with. We're starting off with a good track, so an off track to start with. That's going to help the 9 Candy Asset I have in my exacta. So we like the same 4 horses there in race 1. Let's check out the second race. We kick off the early pick 4 here in race 2. Nice starter allowance going 6 furlongs. You have an early pick 4 ticket. Let's check it out, see how you played it.
$15 ticket for the early pick 4 this afternoon. 3 deep, and to get you started, race 2, the 2, 4, and 7. Pretty much the logical horses, I would say. Craze might be a horse you might want to throw in, has speed from the inside. I settle with 3, ready to tap it. Lippy, Lorenzo, and Storm in Hong Kong. We've got a stat on Gary Cap. Third race, 2 deep. With the 1 and 5, Simonella would be my upset user in there. 4th race, there you go, 5 deep in the 4th. I think this is wide open. If you want to add a little bit more, go ahead. 1, 4, 6, 11, 13. Go ahead and single Claudio in race 5. If any horse looks like, if she just shows up and runs one of her, A-, B+ races, she should be able to get past this field in race number 5. $15 for your early pick 4.
Yeah, Queen of Checkmate, a 3-year-old filly who's won 6 times, beaten up on some older filly mares, never won 3, so she'll be tough in race 5. Let's check out the second race here. $25,000 starter allowance for 2-year-olds. 2-year-olds never won 2 is the condition here in race 2. We're going 6 furlongs. I have the 2 on top. You like the 2. We have a video spotlight of the 2 ready to tap it. Last out here at Laurel Park, November 10th, going 7 furlongs against open 25,000 company.
Yeah, poised. It was an early contested pace. Burn Cigars was able to shake clear and ready to tap it. Really ran a strong race, and I think his run is a little bit more effective at 7 and 6 furlongs than it is the mile in 70 what he tried up at Delaware. Gets the lead top of the stretch, actually opens up a couple lengths, but Tap the Mark is what now, a 3-time winner stand, I believe, for Claudio. Maybe just a little bit better runner right now, but you can't fault the effort for Ready to Tap. It goes clear, very game once collared. Only seeds by about a half a length here. This drop back to 6 furlongs should be perfect. There is some speed to the inside and Crazed. Lippy Lorenzo is another horse I think with 3rd-time blinkers will be forward also with 3rd-time blinkers and on the class drop.
All right, so I have the 2 on top, and I love that little cutback from 7 furlongs to 6 furlongs today. Ready to Tap. It's going to be dead fit if there's a battle going to the wire. So I have the 2 on top. You have the 7 on top.
I do.
For trainer Gary Capuano, Storm in Hong Kong. We have a stat here for trainer Gary Capuano and Storm in Hong Kong.
And just the progression this horse is making right now, and what Gary does. The 2-year-olds, the last 3 years, 6 for 13, 46%, and 8 for 13 in the money with the 2-year-old Dirt Sprinters. Off of a top buyer. ROI, look at that. Whopping 13.21. This horse is, I think, going to settle in at 3rd choice behind Ready to Tap It. Lippy Lorenzo, yes, he was clearly behind Ready to Tap It last time out. But the strides that some of these Gary Cap horses make at a young age, you got to give this horse a little shot at the price. Holds better value in here. Made the run last time, maybe a slight flatten. I think even going to have a more effective run at the 6.
Well, he should get a trouble-free trip on the outside. And Gary Capuano, 26% with his 2-year-olds this year and a positive ROI. So I like the 7. We both like the 4 as well here. Lippy Lorenzo.
Right.
Mario Pino, 4 wins shy of 6,900. He belongs in the Hall of Fame one day. It would be great to see him get 6,900. Maybe even he's still healthy, phenomenal athlete.
He doesn't look any different than he did 15, 20 years ago.
Exactly. There's no reason why he probably can't get 7,000.
Yeah.
So he's on the 4 Lippy Lorenzo. Going to be tough for Jerry Robb. Getting a little class relief today, the 4 Lippy Lorenzo.
No doubt. Ran into a Tiger last time in Vigorous. Ran off the screen. You see that by 8.5. This is the right little move. A horse that got it done for maiden 40's got it back now back for the tag. Lippy Lorenzo made a slight little middle move into that really brisk fraction. This class relief is going to help his chances today, no doubt about it. I'm not going to leave the Rob runner out.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 3, we're going 6 furlongs, claiming 16,000 filly mares, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. The condition here in race 3, I go with the 5 on top. Final Fear. Mary Epler's having a good week. Rosario Montanez on this 3-year-old filly, a good second at this level. Last out, going 5.5. Gets an extra half a furlong today. Rallied to finish second. Last out was 15 lengths out of it, going 5.5. And rallied to be second that day, so gets an extra half furlong today. I like the 5, Final Fear, on top for Mary Epler, who's been pretty hot recently.
Yeah, two the other day, 2 yesterday. I mean, she's 2 a day. Mary, you call her, I guess. Final Fear broke slowly, was in a little trouble early on in that big gaudy 12-horse field back on November the 11th. Jazzy Tudor was a drop-down horse for Englehart. I like the way this horse took the rating. He won't be this far back today. Can run past the speed. But Simonella, the one interesting horse, took 23 times, right, to break the maiden. We know the old thing, take that long, and finally figured it out. Visually better than the 44 number. I like the way this horse ran through the stretch. Draws inside, his tactical speed. Angelina Starr just to the outside is going to go ahead and go. She might be the speed. I think Simonella, I think she can pop back with a decent number and be a factor here, sneak away maybe 6 or 8 to 1.
I thought about using her. I guess I didn't like the inside post with the apprentice, but I hear this guy's pretty good. Adrian Flores, I'm hearing some good things about him. He's on the 1 Simonella. This filly's a war horse. Ohio bred by Wilco. She's made 90,000 now as a horse who was a maiden for a long time. She just recently broke her maiden last out here for maiden 25. So sure, the light bulb's gone on now. She's put it all together, looking for 2 in a row here for the 1 Simonella. I have the 7 in my exact on the outside. Karuka, second off the claim for trainer Jamie Ness. Angel Suarez will ride. Didn't run very well last out against Starter Allowance. That was coming off a layoff. Now second off the layoff. We take a drop today. Angel Suarez stays aboard. Him and Ness have been doing okay together. recently, so I'll take a shot on the 7 Karuka on the outside.
Yeah, they were just too quick early last time out at 5.5. This feels a little bit more to her liking.
Yep.
A little bit of a drop down. She has speed. I think she's definitely going to be a pace factor for a long way in here. I'm just looking for maybe Final Fear of the one to pick up the pieces.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. Nice carryover in today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, over 4,300. I have a ticket. We'll check it out right after this.
Whether you're at home or at the track, have a stake in the race when you bet with ExpressBet. Sign up for an ExpressBet online betting account and receive up to a $500 sign-up bonus.
All right, welcome back. Let's check out today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. It starts in race 4. Nice carryover. There it is, $4,363. We had a couple live singles going into the last race yesterday for a little over $7,500. So this will be well played today. It'll be over $10,000 sitting in the hopper when it's all said and done. So jump on in here for the Pick 6. I have a ticket. Let's check it out. A $28.80 play. Race 4 is wide open. A maiden 10,000. Filly Mare's going short. The conditions alone say the race is wide open. That said, I only go 2 deep here in race 4. I think the 13, Justin Archer, trainer Carl Duran's going to be awfully tough. Speed on the outside with Ricardo Chappie aboard. Then the 6, Animalistic, a good second at this level. Last out, going 7 furlongs for trainer Mark Schumann. Angel Soares on the 6, Animalistic. So see if I can squeak out of race 4 with only going 2 deep using the 6 and the 13.
Right.
Race 5, a beaten nickel for fillies and mares, going 6 furlongs. I go 4 deep in there. The 1, 2, 10, 14. The 2, Sluicer, is my top pick, but the 1, Ginger, asked for Jerry Robb and Mario Pino. The 1 could be tough, and then the 10, Holiday Magician, Katie Davis and Mary Appler could be tough, and the 14 is going to be tough. Queen to Checkmate, 3-year-old filly for Claudio, who's won 6 times. Pimentel will ride. So I go 4 deep there in race 5. Race 6, I just go 3 deep with the 3, 8, and 11. My price play of the day is in race 6, the 11, Port Louis for trainer Michael Merriman. Trevor McCarthy will ride. This 3-year-old gelding ran well last out, first-time blinkers. Gets a good rider once again today and should get a nice trip. I like the 11, Port Louis, at a decent price in race 6, but I also use the 3 and the 8 in race 6. Race 7, I just go with the 6 and the 8 there. Then race 8, I go 2, 4, 5 there in race 8. The 4 is my top pick, Wild Rider, McCarthy, and Trez Abbott. And then I key my best bet of the day. I'm breaking one of my rules. I normally don't key on maidens. I normally don't make maidens my best bet. They've never won before. But a maiden in Claudio Gonzalez's barn dropping from maiden special weight to maiden 25 is a different story. The 7, Star Seed Child, is going to be a popular favorite in race 9 for Claudio. Victor Carrasco will ride, so I'll key on the 7, the favored in race 9. Let's check out first leg of this pick 6 here, race 4. We also start the middle pick 4 in race 4. Yeah, it's wide open. Maiden 10,000, filly mares 5.5. I go with the 13 on top. You like the 13 as well. Justin Arch has speed on the outside, dropping from maiden special weight of Charlestown. A good second last out, going 7 furlongs. Now we cut back to 5.5 today, going at 5.5 at this maiden 10 level. I think that's going to be the formula today for the 13, Justin Arch, who had a win at Timonium against Maiden Nickel, was disqualified from purse money at Timonium, went wire to wire that day. I'm hoping Chappie can break sharp from the outside and go right to the front with the 13, Justin Arch.
Yeah, we'll see. You got a couple scratches in here, the 8 and the 9. I really like the 8. Going to wait for another day for that one. But, yeah, Justin Arch draws to the outside. Has speed, doesn't really have blazing speed. I don't think this horse wants to be hung out. Doesn't look like she's got a big, big move in her, especially from the far outside. I go inside to Estrella. If I like Simonella for the 16-2 in life, I got to like this one, right? Sure. For the 10,000 maidens, that race again. Willing to the wire, gets a 10-pound bug rider on. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Drop a little bit of weight. We'll be able to hold position from the inside. I think this horse will have a little bit of better punch today. But finished up well. 5th place finisher out of that race came back to run a 40 buyer. Well, a 40 buyer is about all you're going to need to win this race.
All right, so this is a new 10-pound apprentice around here. Victor Rosales riding for trainer Phil Schoenthal. 10-pound bug boy breaking from the inside, going short here. It doesn't have too much early speed recently, so we'll see what kind of trip the one gets. I used the filly in my top 3. She is getting a nice drop today to the maiden 10 level. How about the 6? We both like the 6. Animalistic, second last out at this level, going 7 furlongs. That was her second race back this fall. Now third race back this fall. We cut back to 5.5. Saw her as aboard. Angel Soar is aboard for Mark Schumann. The 6, Animalistic, is going to be right there today.
Yeah, if there's anybody going to make that last little push to go up and go by, I would think it would be Animalistic on the turn back. Kitten's Friends, another one for Drowse and Lapidus off of a break that could make a run in from off the pace. I think the 11 odds ever in your favor for Trombetta is a pace factor in here, but I just think this one's going to sneak away at an okay price. Unknown jockey, a little bit 10-pound bug, and I think that Seminole race is better than what the number really shows.
You might get a nice price on the Trombetta filly. The 11 odds in your favor. Trombetta, big day yesterday. That's a nice 2-year-old he had win here yesterday against Allowance Company, and then just almost got the money with another broad in the Geisha. So a nice price there on the 11 odds ever in your favor in race 4. Let's turn the page here. Race 5 is going to kick off the late pick 5. No carryover today. They hit it again yesterday. It paid well yesterday. But we always have that industry low 12% takeout for you, which means you get more money back in your pocket when you hit the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Let's take a look here at the 5th, going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000 for 3-year-old fillies or older filly and mares. Never won 3. The 2 Sluicer, a 3-year-old filly who's won 4 times. She's 2 for 2 here at Laurel Park. She just won this condition last out in the slop early November. Angel Suarez back aboard for Jamie Ness, right to the front today for the 2 Sluicer.
Yeah, biggest number by far on the dirt last time out. Caught a sloppy sealed surface, though, and a field that didn't really have an abundance of speed. I don't know if she's going to have it as easy as she had it last time. Was able to kind of walk the dog. I think Choice Prospect is pretty quick in her own right, the 5-horse. I think she can go ahead and force the issue. Queen to Checkmate at this level. Last time you go 2 races back, she galloped. She kind of just swooped past the speed and just drew off. I think she gets another similar trip today. I think she can kind of drop in, save a little bit of a ground before she makes the run. Queen to Checkmate, a 6-time winner. I stick with horses like this in this condition.
Sure, she's going to be awfully tough. Pimentel, Claudio Gonzalez. I guess the reason I didn't pick her on top, she might get caught a little wide around the far turn, trying to rally into it. But if she breaks sharp, maybe Pimentel puts her right there on the front end going into that far turn. So the 14 absolutely is going to be absolutely tough to beat here for our leading trainer. We both like the 10 as well here. Holiday Magician, Katie Davis on this 4-year-old filly for Mary Epler. Good third last out behind Sluicer in the slop. She's been right there her last several starts. She's a 2-time winner here at Laurel. The 10 Holiday Magician, very live for top connections at a nice price in this race.
Getting back to a fast track and needs a better break. As you said, was a victim of a slow break, and a speed horse like Sluicer got away on the front end and just was able to dictate every step of the way. I think she'll improve this afternoon, as will the 1 Ginger S, reunited with Pinot. Down inside against a little bit better. We're going to drop the price pretty much a little bit more than in half. I think Ginger S is going to tuck up and make a nice little run. He gets these horses to relax. He'll get some cover for this filly, and I think she's going to make a run on the drop-in class, no doubt.
Mario Pino and Jerry Robb recently around here, 26% in a positive ROI. So, yeah, the 1 Ginger S absolutely live in race 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4 here in race 6, claiming 5,003 and up. Never won 2, lifetime going 6 furlongs. Let's see, you have the 4 on top, so let's start there with the 4 Disco Express. We have a video spotlight of this 5-year-old by Bulls Bay. Here's his last race, late October, right here at Laurel.
Yeah, he's come back since. Has worked okay. Had a brutal trip, though, into the speed. Down inside on the lead with 3 horses to his outside. All spun up, a long shot, decides to go on with it, but Disco Express says, you know what, I don't know if I want to go with you, and then ends up having to steady and check back out of here, leaving the 3/8 to the 5/16. You see that trouble there. horses at this level, very difficult to kind of recover and come back and win. But watch this horse stand through the final 3/16 of a mile. Has to wait a little bit upper stretch. Now gets through. I think this horse is very willing. Still gets beat 5 1/4, but visually, horses a swarm to the outside look like they're going to go right on by him.
Sure.
No, he kind of eases out just a little bit and churns on with a willing effort. A little bit of a rebid to the wire as Patriotic Quest goes on and goes clear. This field, questionable horses at best. Disco Express will be forward. As long as he doesn't have to check around the turn, I think he's going to navigate a really, really good trip. Great Adventure, the 5 is a horse I think I've got lined way too high. Going back, sometimes you look at all these races all the time and time.
Sure.
You've got Claudio off the claim. A horse has a ton of blazing speed. He's going to whistle out to the front. He doesn't really look like he wants to go much more than 5 or 5.5, but with Claudio, you never know, right? So I expect this horse to get more play. Use this horse as a speed factor in today's 6 race.
How about my price play of the day? You like the 11 as well. Port Louis, a 3-year-old for trainer Michael Merriman. He put the blinkers on first time out. Last out, that was the second race off the layoff this fall. First time blinkers, a good second at this level. You get another top rider today, Trevor McCarthy, to ride the 11 Port Louis. I think this horse very live in race 6.
Kind of horse that kind of bucked the bias in his debut back in January. So I think this horse works today. You've got the right kind of rider to really hustle and urge this horse and carry this horse home. He's going to have to do it the final quarter of a mile.
All right, let's turn the page here. Race 7, we start the final pick 3 of the day in race 7, claiming 12,500, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime, going a mile. I'm only 2 deep in this race. The 6 and the 8. You like them both. I have the 6 on top. We both have the 6 on top. Salinger gets Trevor McCarthy today for trainer Hugh McMahon. An okay 4th last out. First off the claim in the slop, going 5.5. Rallied that day to finish 4th, but a good effort, a better effort 2 starts ago at Delaware against 2 Life Company, going 2 turns. A good 3rd that day with a 64 buyer. Hugh finds a nice spot today for the 6 Salinger with McCarthy aboard.
Looks like the mile is a good fit. This horse is tactical. He's got a little bit of heart to him. Stretching back out is going to be the key. The 2-back race at Delaware, so good, came back to run a 65 out of that race. So he's right there with that one. Keys up against the right kind of horses. That's the kind of number you're going to need to win it. Don't really love anybody in this race, but he seems like the most logical horse when you break it all down. This whole stretch of races, the last 6, really, really tough for the bettors this afternoon.
All right, now we both like the 8 as well. Sandy Lane, first off the claim for Ricky Silliman. Sheldon Russell will ride this 3-year-old son of Awesome again. He's a winner here at Laurel Park. He won last July in the slop. The break is maiden for maiden 16,000. Didn't run well last out on the turf when Ricky claimed this horse, but to start 2 back, going a mile against 16,000, 2 Life, good second that day. So this race might be a little bit easier than that race. Silliman waits the 30 days, drops off the claim, a bullet workout November 20th here at Laurel. You get Sheldon Russell with a nice win yesterday. He's live here on the 8 Sandy Lane.
And was able to get past Sonic Boom Jet back as a maiden. Sonic Boom Jet a little bit better right now. That horse has gone onwards and upwards for Claudio. But Turf to Dirt is a great angle for Ricky Silliman over the last couple of years. Sandy Lane's another one. Positional speed, a little bit of heart, stretching back until a mile works for him. Price user in here. If you're looking for a bomb, a horse that might skip away 12, 15 to 1, Praise the Moon. I know he's 1 for 33, but he's got 7 lifetime seconds. I think positionally from the inside, he's going to be fine. Hayana is a horse that's in okay form right now for Marilyn McMullen. I think Praise the Moon is one of those horses can hang around if he just kind of gets into position, into the turn without having to be used too much. He's a horse that's going to be a factor and help blow up your tries and your supers and maybe even in your exacta.
All right, you'll get a nice price there on the 2, Praise the Moon with the apprentice, Adrian Flores aboard. Let's take a look at race 8 to kick off the late daily double, claiming 25,000, 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. What a nice race this is. Wide open, 25,000 claimer. Some nice horses in here. I go with the 4, Wild Rider on top, a 5-year-old son of Candy Ride for trainer Trez Abbott. A real big 3rd last out behind Mesotherm, Chief of Staff, in a 2 other than allowance race, going 6 furlongs. A real big 3rd with an 80 buyer speed figure. Good 2nd, 2 starts ago right here at Laurel Park with a 78 buyer. So Trez has his 5-year-old in top form right now. You get the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy. The 4, Wild Rider, going to be awfully tough here in race 8.
This could be pretty much on all button, in your
multi,
if you can afford. Yeah, there's not a whole lot splitting. Splitting this horse. Opening quarter is going to be key here. You've got speed. Cobb's got it. Joy Drive's coming back quick off of a win and off the claim here for Dove Hound. I think Soronoko is one of those horses. He flashes talent, and when he's good, he's really good.
Yep.
Last time out, he got in a little trouble out of the gate. He was a little too keen early and just was dead flat the final quarter of a mile. I think he's got enough speed to get in position, rate. If he comes away cleanly and he pops one of his better races, that's a little bit of a guess. But I know on his best he can beat these horses, no doubt.
And he runs well fresh. He had a big win late June this past summer, coming off a long layoff against Open 15,000 Company. Galloped that day by 3.5 with an 80 buyer. I kept going back and forth on this horse. He was the beaten favorite last out against two other than back in mid-August. He's coming back off over a 3-month layoff today. Only a couple works posted. They're both good works. I use him in my top 4. He is a 5-time winner here at Laurel Park. You have to respect him. I just go on my pick 6. I only go 2, 4, 5 in this race, but the 6 going to be a nice price here. Mike Juralis does awfully well coming off the layoff.
Sure, he does. And if you're looking for kind of the most consistent closer of the group, because some of these horses have a little bit of a flat line in them when they're just off form a little bit. They'll have a tendency to hang, and I could see this whole field converging by the time they hit the 3/16 or 8th pole. Team Tim could really fall into a great trip this afternoon for trainer Damon Dilladovico, and Victor Carrasco is riding red hot right now. He's a definite use in this race. I think he's going to have a great setup this afternoon.
All right, so a real nice open 25,000 there in race 8. Let's check out the 9th and final race. A maiden claiming 25,000. Filly Mares 3 and up. We're going 7 furlongs here in race 9. You're going to have a short price, popular favorite in this race for your leading trainer. I made this filly my best bet of the day, the 7 Star Seed Child. Second off the claim for Claudio Gonzalez. Victor Carrasco back aboard today. He was aboard last out when Claudio, first off the claim, stepped up to a maiden special weight and a real good third that day with a 53 buyer, second biggest buyer of this filly's career. So it looks like Claudio's figured her out. Now second off the claim, we dropped down to a maiden 25. Victor Carrasco and Claudio, they've been lighting things up recently, and they're going to be real tough to beat with the favorite in race 9.
Yeah, back to a fast track in which she had her best number, but speed-wise, she looks like the speed of speed. Second time in Lasix, second time in the barn for Claudio Gonzalez. I think with an alert break, she was a little rank last time. I think she just runs away from this field and possibly just might hide from them in the nightcap.
You use Mary Epler there in your exact. I didn't use the 6 sour ball, but first time blinkers on. Montanez stays aboard, and this horse also dropping from maiden special weight in her debut, dropping in for 25 today.
Yeah, and that's good enough. The second start angle for Mary Epler has been strong.
Big.
I mean, look at what she's 30% close to it. The blinkers go on. That hasn't been a great angle, but this horse had a legitimate excuse when trying to get out around the 16th pole last time. So I like the breeding. I'm not going to question Mary's spot of the horse coming back, and a horse that took some play, 8-1 in debut, worth a shot at a price. Yes.
All right, the 2, we both like the 2 a little bit. Brushing, Trevor McCarthy aboard for Hammy Smith. McCarthy and Hammy Smith, they scored with Moon, Virginia at a big price last weekend, I believe, and Brushing's going to be a nice price here in race 9. Second off a long layoff. Hammy keeps this filly by Hunters Bay at the $25,000 level. McCarthy gets aboard for the first time. Let's see, a nice half-mile work after that comeback race November 4th. Came back November 17th with a sharp half-mile work. So the 2, Brushing, could be dangerous here for strong connections.
No doubt. She fits the bottom side. You see the family. You're going back for some of those Dickie Small runners. Yeah, and the ones are kind of a real enigma horse. Kind of a giveaway. You're looking at it. Last time out for Delacour, Fillmore Racing and Hugh McMahon stepped in and going to give it a shot. Holds the level. I guess that's a positive. And kind of catches a softer group off the claim. So a little bit fortunate for those connections.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. Beautiful weather. It's in the 50s, nice and sunny. Come on out here, enjoy some live horse racing, Sunday brunch, all the football you want up there in the new sports book. All the action you could ask for on a Sunday right here at Laurel Park. Nice carryover in that pick 6 starting in race 4. Good luck to you today. Dave Rodman's coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.